Goal! Belly goal! I thought I'd start off by saying belly goal, people. Welcome back to the Footy Talks show. Had a bit of a palaver there where I've clicked the outro instead of the intro, but I got there in the end. Welcome back, people. And I'm going to welcome in the co-host, Adam. How are you today, Adam?
Yep. Belly goal!
That's the
Come
one.
on.
Come on.
Come on.
So basically, the pod today is about the England reaction. So I'm going to pull up this on your screens, people. Let's pull it up. Let's go to England on England's Twitter. When it loads. Is that up on your end?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Belly goal is up here. My laptop's lagging a little bit, but there we have it, people. We can see belly goal. So let's get into things, people. Let's sum up that performance from yesterday. Do you want to get started, bro? How do you think yesterday went?
So 94 out of 95 minutes. Terrible. Absolutely dismal. Dull. Defensive. Static. Pragmatic. All of the words we've used for England tactics. And then that is possibly the biggest kick. If we go on to win, this will be probably the biggest kick of a football historically that you've ever seen an England player make, bar the World Cup win. What a moment. What a goal to save a game. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. And then once we got that goal back, once it was 1-1, I knew we'd win because Slovakia's heads dropped. They hit the floor. They hit the deck. And we put the ball in the net again with Harry Kane. And, well, the rest is history. But, yeah, I mean, it's hard to come away from that and not feel good about it because of the way we won it. Yeah. But the reality is, had that not gone in, we'd be having a very different discussion.
We would completely be having a different discussion. One set, Ronaldo's just taken a free kick, or Ronaldo's just nearly scored for Portugal. Sorry, people. But yes, it was yesterday. The first 90 to 94 minutes was absolutely shocking. I was over on my TikTok live like I normally was for a live watch along. And I'll be honest with you, people, I had 600 people on the live and 300 must have been Scotland fans. The 300 of them must have been Scotland fans. And when that Bellingham goal went in, I was going, where are you now? Where are you now? And I was sounding like, what's her name from Norwich? What's her name? Who was
Delia Smith.
Yeah, Delia Smith. Yeah,
where are you?
Where are you? That's what it was. I literally,
you.
if you go look on my TikTok, people, you will see my reaction to the Bellingham goal. I was going absolutely berserk. I thought it was game done and dusted. Then belly goal! Sorry to blow up people's eardrums, but it was yesterday leading up to that. I was really, really struggling because, like I said, I had all these people in my live and I was like, this is game over. I literally said 30 seconds before, this is game over, people. We're done out here. Then belly goal has just come up with that. First 90 minutes, like we said, is absolutely shocking. I don't think anyone could really hold their head up. I think Mainu had an all right game. I think a lot of people were saying, oh, Bukayo Saka was poor, but Bukayo Saka, people, if you don't know, that game, he had more dribbles completed than any other person. He took on more than any other people, any other player. He played right wing, left wing back, right wing back. So he is a complete utility player. So people are like, oh, drop Saka. Don't get me wrong. He hasn't been up to his normal standards like he is for Arsenal, but he was a great, great utility player yesterday. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have been able to drop into that 3-5-2. It wouldn't have happened. I mean, you see how once Southgate made them changes, eventually he made the changes. It took so long for him to make the changes yet again. I don't care what people say. But if we still win this tournament, I still want that absolute knob out of this squad. And that's just being sorry for swearing, people, but I want him gone. I want Southgate gone. I'm one of the most positive football fans there is. And he's just got under my skin now because it's shocking with the squad we've got. I know this. I'm going to a bit negative here, but Phil Foden, absolutely pathetic performance again by Phil Foden. But it is what it is. We have won. We have gone through. We do need to move because we're moving over to the Switzerland game, which we'll kind of touch on as well over here. But yeah, the first half, stagnating. The first 20 minutes, I thought we were quite good. We weren't too bad in that first 20 minutes. But then after that, they were the better side. Slovakia were the better side, and we can't say that they weren't. But ultimately, we've gone through. So let's sum up that first 90 minutes. Very, very poor. Very, very poor until Bellingham come in with the bicycle kick. Bellingham didn't have a good game at all. He did himself justice. He got man of the match in the end because it was a game-saving goal. And it literally was the 94th minute, weren't it? There was 2 minutes left, a minute and a half left. And he stepped up, big game players step up to the big marks. And that's exactly what he did. He's an absolute clutch player, belly goal. And he is only 20 years old still, this boy. If he takes us to the Euro final and we win this Euros because of that goal, he's in for a Ballon d'Or shot, 100%. 100% won the Champions League. But we'll get to that. So do you want to sum up extra time, bro?
To be honest, I think their heads were on the floor at that point, and I knew when BelliGOALLLLL went in that we was going to be winning the game. We were absolutely dead set, nailed on to win at that point. Obviously, as we both know, Jamie, football's a momentum game, and it just looked like the air had been taken out of their sails. Literally, they just fell to the floor. They knew it was over, and we had the momentum at that point. Harry Kane's finish was something a bit like we used to see in his Spurs days, getting on the end of one there. Just shows you he's a decent box player. And yeah, but what I would say though is, and I think one of the pundits touched on this today, we went up in the 91st minute, didn't we? The first minute of extra time, we went up 2-1. And then what happened was we just sat back again.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And again, it's the same old thing, isn't it? And I'm completely with you on the Southgate situation, mate. It's enough's enough now. He's got to go. We need a new, fresh impetus. Yes, we're still in the middle of this tournament. Yes, he's not going anywhere during the tournament. But when this tournament finishes, we need a fresh outlook on the whole situation and a new manager.
Yeah. Ideally, shall we get into? You know what? Shall we go into some players? Shall we do that? Shall I try and get it up on the screen, people? Let me come quickly over to. I'll just put it. Can you see what I'm typing in, people? Yeah. Let's put it in. Can you see what I'm typing in, mate?
I can't at the moment, but I.
So what I'm doing, people, I'm going to come over to the England player ratings for Sky Sports.
Got it.
Let's come over here and I'll pull it up on the screen, people, just for you. So I'm just trying to pull it up on the Telegraph. Let's have a look. Oh, no, it's the Guardian, actually. What they had as the squad ratings. And we'll see if we agree. View tab. Let's come back here. So can you not see that on your screen, brother?
I can, mate. I can now. So, yeah.
You can see that on the screen now, yeah?
I can.
So everyone, just as a quick reminder, while we're here, hit that 3-punch combination. So, bam, 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 by liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. You know the 3-punch combo, bam, 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 like that. So, 3-punch combination. That's how we do it, people. So, looking on the Guardian, this is what they put. So, they have put Jordan Pickford, goalkeeper, bemused by everything that unfolded in front of him. No chance with Schranz's goal. I think Jordan Pickford, I don't think he was special yesterday. I don't think he underperformed. But he was screaming and shouting at the players. He is a leader. Oh, don't get me wrong. Jordan Pickford is a leader in this squad. You can see him screaming and shouting and telling people what to do because he can see that it's not happening. It's not working. It's not working. So Jordan Pickford is 6. I back that. What do you think about Jordan Pickford, bro?
Yeah, 6 is fine. He did all right. He was probably the only player in the 11 in the first 90 that was above a 4 for me. So yeah, 6 is okay. 6. I can back 6.
Yeah, 100% agree. Now we move on to Kyle Walker. And then this is where I go in. Kyle Walker was absolutely yesterday. That's all I'm going to say because I'm going to try not to swear, but he was absolutely dreadful. We've got to think if we didn't actually, I know I'm being so negative, people, but we have done well. We have gone through. But that performance by Kyle Walker yesterday, get back in this squad right now because Kyle Walker yesterday, I think Kyle Walker is an exceptional player, but he's got that turn of pace, but his head is not. His legs are moving quicker than what his head is now. That's what it is. He turns too late. His passing was absolutely shocking. He was by far the worst player on that pitch. And I don't mean to be one of them people where I'm so reactionary and everyone's like, oh, we actually gone through. Yeah, we did go through. And I'm happy that we gone through. I celebrate like an absolute madman. But we can criticise players whether we win or not if they were absolutely shocking. And Kyle Walker was the worst player on the pitch. What do you sum up Kyle Walker, bro?
2 out of 10.
Yeah. 100%.
You know,
I'd give him a 0, mate. I would.
Yeah. That's kind, isn't it? Two is kind. Simple and concise. Rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Absolutely shocking, Kyle Walker. Absolute, like, you know what? If I come off playing like that, I don't know what I'd do with myself because every pass he put wrong, he just looked so out of depth. Like, this man won a Champions League a season ago. He won it. What's happened in 1 year? Like, I know I don't know if he's really had a decent season for Man City, to be honest, either, but he was extremely poor. I'm sorry, people, if this has turned into a negative podcast, where I'm not really a negative person. We all know this. I'm very, very positive. But today, with Kyle Walker, I cannot be positive. And his Man City partner, who we're going to move into now, John Stones, I think he was the second worst player on the pitch as well. I think John Stones was absolutely shocking. It says on here, it looked like his mind was elsewhere. Also, awful distribution, knuckled down in extra time. He did play better in extra time, but the first 90 minutes was absolutely shocking as well. And I think I'd give him a 2 as well. I'd give him a 2. John Stones was poor yesterday. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, on the 90, if you're giving him a score over the 90, you've got to give him 2. You can't give him any more than that. In fact, 2 is probably relatively kind for the 90. Knuckled down in extra time, yeah, but we were 1-1 and then we went up 2-1. I mean, it wasn't particularly. We were in the driver's seat at that point. 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
100%.
2 out of 10, 100% agree. 100% agree. These two boys are the most experienced players in our squad, and they were the worst players in the team. And I am generally sorry, people, that we are being negative, but we're going to buy player ratings, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to criticise the players. We've obviously got to keep John Stones in no matter what, because Mark Guehi is suspended for the next game, but I think Guehi's been the best defender out of the whole squad. 100% the best player, best defender, and probably the best player. I'd put him up as the best player. So moving on to Mark Guehi, suspended for the next game after Trippier's hospital ball beating before Slovakia's goal, and then a big assist. Completely agree. It says 6 for Guehi. I'd put it as a 6 or a 7. I completely agree with that. I don't think Guehi had a bad game, but it is rather unfortunate that he is banned for the next game because he has been our shining light in that defence. I know we haven't conceded much goals, but like that game yesterday, just them two there, Kyle Walker and John Stones, mate. If I was the manager, I would imagine Sir Alex Ferguson managing them.
Oh.
Imagine the boot treatment he would have got. Oh my God.
Oh.
It was absolutely abysmal. What do you think about Mark Guehi yesterday, brother?
Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. I think he's he deserves his 6, and they make a reasonably good point that he did he did do okay. He did do okay, and okay is a big statement given everybody else was absolutely abysmal. So I'd go 6.
Yeah,
agree.
completely
Yeah.
agree. Do you want to take lead with Kieran Trippier, bro? Well, I just pull up something.
Yeah, Kieran Trippier. Oh. Again, he's another one, mate, where I just don't know what's happened to him in this tournament. I have not been impressed by him whatsoever. He's been really, really, really poor, and I just don't understand how somebody who had, to be fair, a relatively decent season, is turning up in a tournament like this and just he's been absolutely abysmal. I think four is that's so generous. I mean, does the person rating these players know him? Does he know him personally? Because 4 out of 10, that's really kind. That's really
really,
kind.
really kind. Yeah,
I'd go 2, mate. I'd go 2 out of 10
I
for him.
would as well. You wouldn't think we won yesterday, but we've got to go by what we've seen, lads. By what we're seeing, Kieran Trippier is the other two. I think he was absolutely abysmal again. But his excuse, he is playing out of position. That's the excuse we can give him. So I'll give him a 3. I'll give him a 3. He can't be a 2 because he was out of position. There's your excuse, Kieran Trippier. Stop him and put in someone else. That's quite as simple as that, because he's had his chance. He was absolutely abysmal as well. So moving on to Kobbie Mainoo, did not protect the defence well, but he showed personality on the ball, drove England forward 6. I don't agree with the 6. I think Kobbie Mainoo deserves a 7 for yesterday. I think Mainoo was probably the best player on the pitch yesterday. He drove a lot with the ball. he looks like the better player out of the midfield duo. He looked like he had energy. All the rest of them look like tired. I think Declan. Actually, you know what? Kobbie Mainoo or Declan Rice man of the match. People keep going, Declan Rice. Declan Rice played exceptional yesterday. I thought Declan Rice was very, very, very good yesterday. I'll give Kobbie Mainoo a 7. What do you think about Kobbie Mainoo, bro?
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I think he did fine, didn't he? He looks like the bright spark of the team, and I want to see him start in the next game as well. This lad has got an incredibly bright future, and he always passes the ball forward. They make a good point with that because he's always passing forward. He's not backwards. He's not sideways. He drives the team on, and that's what we need, especially in this dull, pragmatic Southgate tactical, whatever it is, tactical nonsense.
Tactical
So
shite.
tactical trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight out of the trash can. So I'm giving him a 7 as well. He deserves it. He's young as well. He's
He is very, very young.
young. And to be doing that at that age, fair play.
Yeah, fair play to the lad. Fair play to the lad. Because people, obviously, I'm wearing an Arsenal top. Adam's an Arsenal fan. They all go, Arsenal bias and all this. We ain't got no bias, mate. Mainly was.
No.
I know I keep swearing people, but this game has made me swear. I don't normally swear too much, but this game has made me swear. And Mainoo was a 7 for me yesterday. I think he deserves some flowers for yesterday's game. He drove us up the pitch and he played really well, I think. Moving on to Declan Rice, faced with too many runners. He did. He had too many plays to mark yesterday. He was marking on his own. That Mainoo was getting forward and he wasn't helping back defensively. I agree with that, but I still do think Mainoo had a good game. So they've put faced too many runners, struggled in possession, hit post, better when England led 2-1. Don't agree with it. Don't agree with that. I don't agree with absolute load of. I think that Declan Rice had quite a good game yesterday. I think he helped us quite a lot. You take Declan Rice out of the team as the CDM, you ain't got another CDM. Like they've just said, Mainoo didn't protect the front four. So who else are you going to bring in for a CDM? Because no one else is a CDM in that whole squad. It's just Declan Rice. So he's having to deal with all these runners by himself. I mean, he did threaten. He did look threatening at some point. He did. He won the ball back. I think he was quite good yesterday. I would give Declan Rice a 7. What about you, bro?
Yeah, I think Declan Rice deserves credit for his performance. And you make a good point, Jamie. Southgate didn't take Henderson. To be honest, the likes of Declan Rice probably could have done with a Henderson next to him.
Yeah.
That would have been a decent, a decent duo. But I think he did well. There's always a bit of fire about him as well. A little bit of, he's always crackling, isn't he, underneath the surface? And I like that. There's a bit of passion and a bit of hunger and a bit of. He's got that sort of Keown-like temperament where he looks like he's about to blow sometimes, but in a good way.
Yeah,
it's good passion and it's good spirit, and we need it. So I'd give him a.
Did you see their manager shove him after the game?
Yeah, I did. This is what I'm referring to. Yeah, I mean that was completely out of order.
Did you know what? I jumped out my seat. I wanted to slap him, and that's just being honest, people. I did. I wanted to go slap the big head off him. That's what I wanted to do because because he's an Arsenal player and he's an England player, both. If he puts an England shirt and then manager start pushing him, mate. If I was there, I would have run on the pitch. Probably. Anyways, moving on to Bukayo Saka. Teammates too slow to find him, flickered at times, and selfishly played left back and right wing back. I want to touch on this, people. I've just touched on it before. He played as a right winger yesterday. He played as a left back yesterday, left wing back, and played as a right wing back yesterday as well. He was a utility player. He helped us out. I think he was quite dangerous in the first 20 minutes. He did look rather dangerous. And people, when I was on my TikTok live, they're like, "Oh, you're just biased because you're an Arsenal fan." What are you guys not seeing? The lad played 3 different positions yesterday, mate. He played whatever player played 3 different positions yesterday. Not one of them. Not one of them. They're all going about Foden needs to be in his proper position at left wing because at left wing he needs to play as a 10. Saka's went and played 3 positions yesterday, lads. And you're not like, oh, he played in a different position though. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's because he's Foden. He's golden boy to you lot. That it's different, isn't it? Because Foden has to play as the 10, but Saka could go play left wing back, right wing back, or the right wing. Give him clap for him, boys. Clap for him. He helped the team out, boys. He helped the team out. That's what you need to realise. He played in all these different positions. He helped us progress. He was part of the reason we were so good because he was able to play in that 3-5-2 position. Because if we didn't come on, if he didn't go and play at left wing back, who was going to go do it? Who was a left-footed player who can go do it? No one. No one in the whole squad. No one. What are you going to do? Go get Foden to do it? Do you reckon Foden would have done that job? No, because he can't even play left wing, apparently. So how is he going to play left wing back? True? You get what I'm saying, Adam? I know it's a bit of a
100%,
rant.
mate. 100%. Well, the lad took one for the team, didn't he?
Yeah,
Properly. He played in a position that's not his natural position, and he did well at it as well. You know, I
yeah,
think you've got to give Saka his flowers for yesterday. Very, very, very unselfish performance. And for that unselfishness alone, you've got to give him at least a 6 out of 10. You
at
know,
least, yeah.
there are
I
players
think I
out
think
there, as you say.
6 to 7 is fair. I'd put him as 6.5.
6.5 is fair because, as you say, there are players out there that would have whinged no end being put in the
Yeah,
left back position, and he didn't. He got on with it. He stuck to his guns and he got on with it, and he took one for the team, and that's what we needed. So, I think 6.5, going up towards 7, and he tried as well. He tried in
yeah, he
90
did.
as well.
That's what you know what, Adam? When I was watching it, yeah, I was
Mm.
thinking, is he the only player that's actually trying? He looked
Yeah,
like the only
exactly.
one who was actually going for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's the only one running. He's the only one
Yeah,
running. The only one showing a bit of intensity, just that little bit of intensity. And you know, when you're playing on your own, and there's no tempo with the rest of the team, you're on a hiding to nothing, ain't you? So
yeah, of course you are. Of course you are,
difficult
bro.
for him.
So shall we move on over to Jude Bellingham? Belly goal! I'll start getting a bit more positive, people, because I have been on a little rant today, and it has been because some players have been shocking and they deserve some criticism. And I might seem like this overreactionary person if this is the first time you're watching the pod, but I ain't normally like this, people. I generally am. I'm not normally like this. We're about at the halfway point as well, so hit that 3-punch combination, boom, 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 by liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. And I'm going to touch on mental health awareness. Go check in on someone today, because people are struggling out there. Whether you're on, whether it's a friend, loved one, or a family member, or you're on the bus, take out your headphone, just say hello to the person next to you, and just check in on someone today. Anyway, moving on over to Jude Bellingham, like we just said. Frustrating for long spells, they then saved England with an absurd bicycle kick. Who else, indeed? They put him as a 7. Do you know what, people? Everyone's going to be like, oh, yeah, this is an absolute stupid rating, but 10. 10. Because we were out. I know this is so reactionary because he was poor, but we were out. We were done and dusted in the 94th minute, and he's just come and scored a bicycle kick there with 2 minutes to go. Like, and if it weren't for him, we're out. It's quite simple. So he he's just took us through. He's grabbed the big game players, get the game by the scruff of the neck. It's exactly what they done, and it's exactly what he has done. Big game player, 10 for me. Sorry, people.
Yeah, agree with you, Jamie. 10 out of
Yeah,
10. 10 out of 10. Who else is going to try that? Who else is going to try that technique? Who else is going to go up for a bicycle kick to
yeah,
save the tournament? And not only does he go for it, he nails it,
yeah,
hits it sweet as a nut, and it
yeah,
goes in the corner of the goal
yeah.
and
Bottom
keeps us
corner.
in the tournament. And for that alone, for the audacity of trying that alone, it's
Yeah,
got to be a 10. If he
yeah,
hadn't been on the pitch, we're out. If he hadn't been
yeah.
on the
Exactly.
pitch, we're out of the tournament. And we're
Yeah,
talking about Southgate out, or we're still talking about that anyway. But we're talking about what a terrible tournament it's been and all the rest of it. We're still
yeah,
in it. The only reason we're still in it is because of Bellingham. No one else tries that. No one
yeah.
else on the pitch tries that.
No,
No one.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. We'll move on over to Harry
Oh,
Kane. I'm going to big up Harry Kane as well because he didn't play very well, but he did score the goal to make it not go to penalties as well. So we can say the same kind of thing. Like in one instance, I do think he deserves to be dropped because he wasn't great, but in the other instance, he's put us through to the quarterfinals of the European Championships 2024. So I'm going to give Harry Kane. I'm not going to give him a 10 because his goal wasn't the same as Jude Bellingham's, where it actually has carried us through, kind of thing. But I'm going to give him his flowers for the goal. Great header, bullet header. But the rest of the rest of the game, he was poor. He did have a shot blocked. He did come in deep again, but he is coming deep because he doesn't have them two runners by his side. Phil Foden again. Have I just skipped over Phil Foden and just gone straight to Harry
we,
Kane?
we, we, we have, but that's going to be a particularly juicy
Yeah.
discussion,
So we'll
Jamie. So
carry on
maybe
with
we'll
Harry
save the
Kane.
best. Yeah.
Harry Kane has done. I'll give him a 7 just for the goal. I'll give him the 7 for the goal. He's put us through. He has put us through, just like, but not like Jude Bellingham did, where Jude Bellingham carried us. Where Harry Kane's come in with a header, bam, got us the 2-1, and you get what I'm saying? What you thinking,
Yeah.
Harry Kane, bro?
7.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Anything else you want
Yeah.
to touch on with Kane?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Kane is he works hard. He does work hard, to be
Yeah,
fair
he
to
did.
him, but we've not been playing to his strengths. And to be fair to him, that's not really his fault, is it? He's
No.
not somebody that's going to be running around like a greyhound, pressing, going for the high press, running between the lines. He's not that sort of player. And
No, he's
Southgate's
not.
expected something of him that he cannot deliver. What he can deliver is a flick on in the box, getting his noggin on it and sticking it
Yeah.
in the back of the net, and that's what he done. And
Yeah.
he's done very well, isn't he, to put us through. Like you say, it's not as genius as Bellingham, but he had to be there,
Yeah,
and he
exactly.
was there, and
Right place at the right
he
time.
did okay. 7,
Yeah.
7's fair enough.
Yeah, Phil Foden. So the three Man City players there. I know people are going to go, oh, it's because you bought Arsenal. Three Man City players. Of course it is. You've got something against them because they won the league over years. No, it's not. No, it's
Not at
not.
all.
Phil Foden. If he were, I think he's down there with them. I think he's been the worst player in the squad out of every single player in them 5 games. He's been the worst player because everyone wants him to be a little golden boy. They don't want to say nothing about him. They just want to blame Bukayo Saka. They just want to blame Jude Bellingham. They just want to blame all these other players. Like, that's what they've been doing. No one wants to blame Phil Foden. He's just out of position. He's just out of position. No. If the big players can go play, I know, bro. The big players can go play in any position, mate. Any position. Do you know what I mean? You could, like
Exactly.
you said, Bukayo Saka went and played right back and left back. Phil Foden can't play left wing with Jude Bellingham playing next to him, with Harry Kane playing next to him, with all these players playing next to him. He is a squad player for Manchester City. It's quite simple. For England, I've never seen him have a good performance for England. I've
No,
never seen him have a good performance for England. Not
me
one.
neither. Me
Have
neither.
you ever seen him have a good performance?
No, no, no. And
He needs dropping. 2 players
he,
need dropping. Kyle Walker and Phil Foden. They're the 2
mate,
players. Obviously, Guehi is suspended for the next game. But the 2 players that need dropping are Phil Foden
spot
and
on,
Kyle Walker. I'm sorry that the
spot
Man
on.
City players, because if these were Arsenal players, I would say exactly the same.
Exactly the
I
same.
would say
Exactly.
exactly the same. I wouldn't
Spot
give,
on.
if the Man United, Liverpool, I don't give 2 Fs. Because
Spot on.
Phil Foden
Yeah.
is a little golden boy. He has
Yeah.
been absolutely shocking. And
Yeah.
what are
Spot on.
people not seeing? What are people
Spot
not
on.
seeing? So let's read what they said. Thought he had equalised, only for VAR to intervene. Ineffective on the left. Final product poor. He was poor. The goal, why is he putting himself in an offside position like that? I do
Exactly.
not
He
understand. I
can't be
do not
offside
understand.
in
He's
this
got an open
position.
goal. Sit back
No.
and wait. Just
Exactly.
sit back and wait. It's quite simple. It really is quite simple, boys. It's like, maybe Trippier shouldn't have passed him the ball because he looked well offside. I celebrated like a madman, but in my head, I knew that he was offside. So I don't know why I celebrated, but I did. But touch on Phil Foden for me, bro.
Okay, so if people want controversial, I'll be controversial. 0
Yeah.
out of 10 performance. 0.
Yeah, 0. I back
I
it.
would not give him a single point. Shouldn't have been offside. His corners were rubbish. His free
Yeah,
kicks
they
were
were.
rubbish. His
Why is
dead ball
Declan
game
Rice not
was
taking the
rubbish.
corners and Saka?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was absolutely terrible. When Cole Palmer came on, he absolutely made Foden look like a complete wet wipe in
Yeah, he
comparison.
did. He did. It just showed who was the better player.
Exactly, exactly. So
I would
I'm
have
not
Cole Palmer over Foden any
any
day
day of
of
week.
the week.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everyone would go, but he was the player of the season in the Premier League because he plays for Manchester
Manchester
City.
City.
That's what it
Yeah,
is. You put Phil Foden in Arsenal, I guarantee he doesn't do a job what Martin Odegaard does. I bet he don't even do a job what Kai Havertz done in that 8 position or 10 position, whatever you want to say. It's not because
yeah.
he's out of position, people. That's what you're not quite grasping. Because
Mm,
he's not playing as a left winger. People
mm.
keep thinking this man is playing as a left winger. When did you see him on the left wing? I didn't see him on the left wing for the whole 120 minutes. And he
Yeah,
stayed on the whole game again, didn't he?
yeah, yeah.
He stayed on
0
the
out of
whole
10.
game.
0,
Absolute
0,
wet wipe.
0, 0. Terrible,
0.
terrible performance. He was
0.
absolutely shocking. And you know what? I'll go further. I don't want to see him again for the rest of the tournament.
Neither do
And
I.
and people can say what they like. People can say what they like to me. Oh, you're a sensationalist. You're an idiot. You're an Arsenal fan. Come on, bring it on. It's my opinion.
Exactly.
It's my opinion. It's a game of opinions. And he
Yeah.
has been shocking in every single
Well,
game.
game. He has. That's what I mean. If Bukayo Saka performed like Foden has for every single game, I'd be sitting here saying exactly the same thing, saying, Bukayo, you play awesome for Arsenal. Why are you playing like this? Why are you so
Exactly.
bad? Like, we can
Exactly.
criticise. We're not sitting here just going,
No.
oh, we hate Phil Foden. We're not saying that. We
Exactly.
want him to play well. I want Phil
Of course.
Foden to go and score a hat-trick and win us the game. It's not that I
Of
don't
course.
want that, but he's had 5 games to prove himself. Is this the 5th game? Or was it the 4th?
Fourth.
4th game.
But
He's had
fourth
4
game.
games to improve himself. He had 120 minutes yesterday. He had 90 minutes the game before. He hasn't been brought off, has he?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. But this is what I said. So I did a little complaining piece about Southgate, and I stand by every word. Stoic, static, pragmatic, dull, and boring.
Yeah.
And he's a favouritist as well with these players.
I know.
Foden.
How is he still
It's just,
playing him?
why is he still on the pitch? Why is he still starting?
Don't
Southgate
know.
doesn't change anything up. You and I did a podcast and we said we need Gordon on one side, Saka on the other side, and
Exactly.
play to Kane's strengths. And we did the
Yeah.
exact same again. This is why I gave Bellingham a 10, because Bellingham has bailed us out. The nation,
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate, the rest of the England team, he's bailed us out. That's why
100%.
he
Yeah.
gets a 10. He single-handedly saved the nation. That's why he gets a 10.
Yeah, exactly right.
Absolutely.
Exactly right. And
Absolutely.
Phil Foden, absolutely shocking yet again. Do you want to touch on Cole Palmer for me, bro?
Oh, happily. Cole Palmer looks 100 times the player than Phil Foden does. And again, if you want to call me biased, then why am I talking so well about a Chelsea player? I've
Yeah.
always said that I like Cole Palmer, that I think he's talented, that he's got a lot to offer. And he
Yeah.
showed it again. He came on, he wasn't given enough time. He should have been on from the start. If Gareth Southgate doesn't pick Cole Palmer for the next game,
What more can he
something
do?
is concretely wrong. Something is already wrong. But I do not understand why Cole Palmer has not had more football in this tournament. He's
Yeah.
been a million times the player that Phil Foden has been. He's
Yeah.
been fantastic. His initial cross, Jamie, for the second goal. That was
Yeah.
his ball into the box.
Yeah, it was.
Brilliant. Absolutely
But the
brilliant.
keeper's had to come out and punch it, and then it's come
Yeah.
back.
That was 100 million times a better ball than anything Foden
Phil
did
Foden has put out the
in
whole
the
game.
rest of the game.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer, 8 out of 10. Brilliant performance.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. I completely agree. Phil Foden was a 0 for me. I forgot to say, Phil Foden was a 0 for me. Cole Palmer,
0.
I say exactly the same thing. I think Cole Palmer was absolutely sensational when he came on.
He was.
He
He
made
was
a
brilliant.
massive, massive difference. And he did the same the game before. He did
He
exactly the
did.
same the game before. And people will go, why does Cole Palmer not replace Saka? Because Foden is the worst one on the pitch. That's why he
He is.
doesn't. Because Cole
Yeah.
Palmer or Anthony Gordon should be coming in for Phil Foden. It's quite simple.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you could say all this biased stuff to me and to Adam, but at the end of the day, we didn't like Newcastle fans last season. We didn't like the Manchester City fans last season. We didn't like Chelsea fans last season. And we're still sitting here saying a Newcastle player should get in and
Yeah.
a Chelsea
Yeah.
player should get in.
Yes, Jamie.
It's
Yes.
100% facts. That's
100%.
what should happen. So Cole Palmer should come in for Foden, or Gordon should come in for Foden. Either way, Palmer should be starting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Palmer was
Palmer should be
fantastic.
starting this next game, lads. He should be starting. And we need what we're doing here. We're venting. We're getting this out of the way so then we
Yeah.
can move on over to Switzerland and get the
That's right.
positivity back in and go, yeah, we're through now. That's it.
That's
But
right,
it's the
Jamie.
next day. It's a reaction from the game before. So
Yeah.
in 2-3 days' time, we're going to think differently and we're going to go. Our heads are going to be going to the Switzerland game then, people.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Portugal are all over Slovenia, absolutely all over them. Anyways, moving on to Abariche. Eze, they've see, look at the times. But Gareth has made these substitutions, people. Tony, 90 plus 4 minutes for Foden. So Foden didn't play the extra time. We were wrong. So he came on 90 plus 4th minute, and he was involved straight away, weren't he? He was part of the goal, no?
He was part of the goal, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was his assist, weren't it?
It was.
So he came on the 90 plus 4 minutes, and his first touch was an assist, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as Phil Foden's come off, we've scored.
And Jamie as well. If we had gone out, what an insult to a brilliant player that would have been. Sticking him on with 60 seconds to go. Are you telling me that was planned? Southgate had no idea we was going to get back into the game. No idea. And he stuck him on for 60 seconds.
Yeah, and the worst thing was what I was saying. Why are you bringing him on now? Why are you bringing him on now?
Exactly.
He should have
Exactly,
came on
Jamie.
a lot earlier, a lot earlier.
100,
But he's come on. He's made the
100%.
difference. 7 out of
Yeah.
10 for Ivan Toney for me, and I, he's got every right to be thinking I should be leading the line
Yeah.
for this team now.
100%. 100%.
100%. Gareth Southgate won't change it, and I get it. Harry
No,
Kane
I
has
won't.
scored. He's our all-time top goal
You won't.
scorer. But they did well together. I think that Harry Kane and Ivan Toney did well together, but it's hard to, unless you're going for a
Yeah.
3-5-2 or a 5-3-2, it's hard to put two forwards in. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, Eberechi Eze, I think he did well. It was Eberechi Eze's cross that was the one for the extra time goal. It was Eze's cross. TT_Zokul. Hello, my brother. How are you? Welcome back in, my bro. Thank you for pulling up the comments there, Adam. I am very well. How are you? He's talking to you as well, Adam.
Yeah, we're venting, mate. Thank you for commenting. As you can probably tell, we're venting. As Jamie said, we're getting it all off our chest now, so then we can concentrate and be positive for the Switzerland game. But thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting. Good to see you.
Yeah, there we have it. So, we've talked about Ivan Toney. I think Eze played very, very well when he came on. I can back Eze. I think he had a very, very good game, but I don't think he warrants to start because we didn't see enough of him. He came in the 84th minute.
Yeah.
84th minute. He
Yeah.
should have came on a lot earlier. He should have been the
100%.
change, or Gordon. Gordon hasn't even touched the pitch yet. Gordon,
No.
Phil Foden. I know. I keep bringing it back to him, but he can't
It's right,
start
though.
the next
You're
game.
right. We're
I can
right.
kind of see why with Kyle Walker he had one bad game, so I can kind of see why he would go Kyle Walker. Maybe I'll keep him still in, but Foden needs to be dropped. 100%. TTV Zokul. No offense, but England got so lucky. 100% we got lucky, brother.
Agree.
100%. There's no denying that we got very, very lucky yesterday. But sometimes people, you do have to ride your luck, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
ultimately, we are through to the next round.
That's it.
He brought on Konsa for Bellingham in the 105th minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Konsa is going to have to come in the next game, but we will
Gonna have
touch
to,
on
isn't
that
he?
on the next one. So then we've kind of summed up their all-round performance.
Yeah.
So England ended up going through, winning 2-1. We've
Yeah.
said what we needed to say, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Foden needs to be dropped, but Bellingham saved England. And
Massively.
I don't think there's really much. Is there anything else you want to touch on, bro?
Yeah, one thing I want to ask you something, Jamie. I want to ask. Okay, Luke Shaw made the squad. Southgate picked him.
Yeah.
We've had 4 games. He hasn't even made the bench. Was it the right call to pick a player that's figured 0? I agree. 0 minutes in 4 games. Why not take someone who's
Mitchell
fit to start? What a
because I've touched
dreadful
on this
performance.
before
What
already,
a
people.
dreadful,
Yeah, I know
dreadful.
we're saying Phil Foden has been shocking, but it does not help. It does not help that the left back is a right-footed left back because when he's being pressed, he's going to play with his predominant foot. Like I keep talking about, if you're being pressed, you're going to play with your right foot if you're right-footed, and all he can do is go backwards or go sideways or go backwards. That's all he can do because he's not going to play with his left foot down the line, and Foden's not down the line anyway to make a difference anyway. So the next game, I would bring in Luke Shaw as well. I would bring him in, whether he's not 100% fit or not. I want a left-footed left back in this squad. And you know what? If people want to say Saka because he did well there, put Saka in there because I just don't want to see Trippier there.
Yeah, agree.
If you want to put Saka in, Southgate, put him in. Sorry, people. Sorry, Arsenal fans. I know we don't want to see Saka there, but I want to see a left-footed player at left back.
Yeah,
I want to.
exactly.
And that is Southgate's fault for not bringing through a Tyreek Mitchell or just a left-footed left back because it's coming back to bite us in our ass right now. I don't know if you completely agree with that. Anyways, make sure you hit that 3-punch combination, people. So bam, bam, bam. I know it's been a bit of a reactionary thing here, but this is what this is for. We're here to vent our frustrations regarding the game. And I think it was a very, very poor game overall. But the second half, we did get lucky, but we do need to move. We get the constructive criticism out the way. And like I said, we're gonna touch on it. We'll do a squad, but we'll put it up on the BBC Sports, bro, if you're up for that. We'll put what we think the next squad should be, and we will go from there for the England versus Switzerland game. Are you happy we've got everything out of the way?
Yeah, we do. I think the only point I would touch on, Jamie, is it's mad to think Luke Shaw, had we gone out, would have been picked for the squad and wouldn't have made any of the squads for any of the games.
Yeah,
How embarrassing would that have
yeah,
been
very
had we gone
embarrassing.
out? He has to start in the next game.
Yeah,
Or
100%.
why did he pick him in the first place? I'm sorry.
Silly, innit?
Terrible decision
Absolutely
making
silly.
from Southgate.
Yes, it's Southgate for you, and that's the thing. Like whether hopefully this is a turning point for him where he goes, oh, you know what, that actually
Yeah,
worked, me doing these changes, because it did. He finally
got
did
to.
it. He finally had a plan B. He went for a
Yeah,
plan B, but it was only because he was pushed into it because we were
yeah,
so shocking that he was pushed into it. Now just go for the plan B. Put the plan B as the plan A now, because I don't mind him going for this 3-5-2. I really don't mind it. Put him
mm,
in.
mm,
Do what you got to do. Um, if you've got to bring in Saka at left back, bring in Saka at left back.
yeah,
But if you're going to play Luke Shaw, because I've heard Jordan Pickford say, yeah, I heard Jordan Pickford say in an interview on Sky Sports today that they said that he hasn't brought Luke Bench was on the bench yesterday. Luke Shaw was on the bench yesterday, bro.
mm,
He was on the
mm.
bench and he's been training for the past week. And he's
Right.
got a
So
whole
what?
another
So
week.
he should have started then.
Yeah,
Should have
so he's got a
started.
whole another week to train now. Luke
Yeah, he's
Shaw
got to start.
has to come
He's
into the squad.
he's got to. He's absolutely got to. If he
Because
doesn't,
otherwise, he shouldn't have brought him, and he should have brought in Mitchell. Quite
precisely,
simple.
precisely,
Yeah,
precisely,
yeah.
and
But we're
he's
through.
looking foolish, more and
Yeah,
more
but
foolish.
yeah, we are through. We've got through. We're in the quarterfinals. We've got a very,
Yep.
very hard Swiss team to
Yeah,
come
it'll be tough.
up. Is
It's
there
so
anything
tough.
else you want to say before coming on? I need to try and get rid of this chat thing here. Anything else
No,
you want to say, bro?
no, we've. I think we've sort of cleared the way, haven't we? We've got our frustrations out there, and I think
Yeah,
let's move on to Switzerland now, and let's hope that, as you say, Southgate goes for Plan B, the plan that worked for us to get back into the game, and he's just got to take the handbrake off. Enough of
yeah, he
this
does.
handbrake football. I'm sick of it. Just play
Yeah,
with the
especially
handbrake
against a
off.
Slovakia team, bro.
Oh, he wasn't playing France. He wasn't playing Portugal. He wasn't
Yeah,
playing
and
Spain. He was playing Slovakia.
the worst thing is I told you before this, bro. I said I said to you that if he plays against, he's going to play against these like he does with France or Portugal. Remember, I did say this to you.
You
I said,
did.
fair
You
enough if
did.
he plays like this against
Yeah.
France or someone
Yeah.
like that. But it ain't. But
Yeah.
no more because we've got an equally good team as
Yeah.
these lot.
Yeah.
We do. We
Exactly.
do.
Exactly.
Our team's good enough, man. It's just he
We are.
needs to drop some of these players like we're talking about. I
He
think
does.
maybe Kyle Walker is a bit reactionary, but if you're bringing in Anthony Gordon on that left wing, Trent Alexander-Arnold has to be at right back. Has to
Yeah.
be because he can play them
Yeah.
switches of the ball. It will work
Yeah.
so well in our favour. It'll bring Kane into the game for the crosses. But we will
Yeah.
touch on that in the next episode of Footy Talk Show. I
Yeah.
have been Jamie Waffles Footy, J Gunnat17 over on TikTok. Adam, drop your plugs.
Yeah. I'm AGN Entertainment on YouTube and AGN Football on TikTok. So yeah, get your 3-punch.
Yeah.
Would much appreciate it.
Yeah, 3-punch combination, liking, subscribing, and commenting down below, people. And remember, mental health awareness is extremely important. Check in on someone today, but whether it's a friend, loved one, or a family member, whatever. Someone on the train, on public transport. If you listen to me now, take out your headphone and just say hello to the person next to you and just check in on someone because mental health awareness is a killer at the end of the day.
Absolutely, Jamie. Completely
Yeah,
agree. And
yeah.
thank you very much to TTV, Zocal, Twitch
hmm
for subbing. Completely agree. Mental health awareness, very important, people. We need to talk about it. And Jamie, as ever, is spot on for bringing it up. So there we go.
There we have it, people. So we will see you all later. Stay blessed, people, and we look forward to you coming back over and listening to the boys again. But I've been Jamie Waffles 30. This has been AGN Entertainment, and this has been the Footy Talks Show. And we will see you later. Peace.